Hi, everyone. I'm Brian Anderson, along with Grant Hill and Brent Berry, our distinguished analyst. Allie LaForce on the sidelines. Now here's Brunson. The left. Misses. And so it's Fox with it. He'll bring it up for the Spurs. The confidence that Fox has shown in his shot has skyrocketed the last few years, Brent.
Yeah, the combination, BA, sometimes of you working on your three to gain confidence, but the coaching staff also telling you, go ahead and shoot that shot. I think those things have played out for De'Aaron Fox. Look, he can be streaky, but the fact that he's willing to take it is elevating his play. D giving him that shot, and that's probably not a good idea, but I guess they knew what they were doing that time.
From 15 feet away, and he nails the jumper.
Fox just found a little bit of space there, and he burned the defense.
All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Moments ago, Greg Popovich and I were able to chat. And he said when you watch film on Karl Anthony Towns, his size is impressive. But when you're actually standing next to him, he looks a whole lot bigger. And he knows how to use that size on the blocks and on the perimeter, which makes him an especially tough cover. Brian?
Great work, Allie. Thanks. I'm Brian Anderson, at the table with Grant Hill and Brent Berry. Our reporter is Allie LaForce. Well, Brent, tonight we got a great front court matchup.
Yeah, this is a game, BA, I think that has been circled on the calendar. These guys are competitive, but there are positional rivalries that do exist, and the only way you can measure up is standing across from your opponent. We've got that here tonight. Who's going to get the best of who?
Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Holmgren. There's the triple. Siakam pulls down the board.
I'm not sure how he finds himself in so much space there. He's kicking himself for whiffing a bit on that one.
Dort with a steal. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Hartenstein. And Hartenstein slams it in.
Well, a solid facilitator that helps that the defense thinks that Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is going to shoot and not pass.
Now here's Siakam. Pass to Halliburton. Clock at 4. And here's Turner from the arc. That's good. And Halliburton gets the assist.
Got to be encouraged watching Turner shoot with conviction, realizing his team trusts him to take these fast shots.
With the teardrop. Williams misses. And it's Indiana's ball. Well, there's no question. Pascal Siakam has raised the ceiling of this Pacers team.
Yeah, absolutely. He complements Halliburton's up-tempo style very well. And defensively, he shores things up with his ability to guard 1 through 5.
Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander from deep. The rebound by Turner. And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
I had a chance to catch up with Mark Dagnall. I asked him if there was a plan in place to slow down Halliburton. And Coach joked, hey, if a plan existed, somebody smarter than me would have come up with it. Tyrese impacts the game in too many ways for us to neutralize. We just need to do what we can to make life difficult for him.
Great work, Allie. Thanks. Pass to Hartenstein. Lays it up and banks it in.
There's just no reason to give him inside position.
Yeah, when he's this close to the basket, it's a wrap.
Down low. Neesmith's shot is off.
Man, I thought he was making that in so close. That's some aggressive defense.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Hartenstein. Outside for Gilgeous-Alexander. Over Siakam. Here's Holmgren. Goes up with it again. And the layup is good.
It's so difficult to defend Holmgren inside. For such a young player, his body control and awareness are off the charts.
Now here's Halliburton. Turner for 3. There's a screen by Turner. Pass to Nembhard. Now Turner. Halliburton outside. Siakam for 3. Williams grabs the board. And so it's Williams with it. He brings it up for the Oklahoma City Thunder. And one thing that Siakam has always had a knack for, Grant, cutting to the rim and finishing plays.
Yeah, he plays so well when he has space to move. He's just great off the ball, and that fits with any team. His ability to convert at the rim makes his cuts that much better.
And we'll have a timeout here called by Rick Carlisle. He wants to give him a breather and talk things over. Both teams deciding to change it up. And we're just over 3.5 minutes into this first quarter. McConnell outside. Toppin outside. And Indiana misses again.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it.
Here's Wiggins. The shake. Pass to Caruso. Back to Williams. Just 5 to shoot. Oklahoma City's got to hurry. They got to get up a shot. Here's Williams. That one a little long.
Well, he's a guy that count on to produce from the mid-range. He doesn't miss too many open looks from there.
Pass to Mathurin. Back to Toppin. Here's Mathurin. Got it from about 16 feet.
And you got to be right up on Mathurin, especially when he's roaming around the mid-range.
Williams from long range. Indiana with a rebound. Now McConnell. No points yet. Here's the screen by Bryant. And it's McConnell on the drive. Walker for 3. Drains the triple. And that ties it up.
Yeah, here's a list of things I don't want to do, and right at the top is guard that guy.
It's a tie game in Oklahoma City. And the second quarter is on its way when we return.
8. The Pacers. 8.
And getting it going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And from what we've seen from Oklahoma,
Well, there's no reason to take risky shots when you can collect points at the rim.
Yeah, that worked wonders for them in the quarter. We'll see what kind of adjustments get made.
Grant, how about the rise of OKC in just 2 years, transforming from a 24-win team to the top seed?
Incredible, B.A. The Thunder drafted well and gave those picks lots of playing time. Plus, they made some fantastic trades. And of course, don't forget, OKC still has a boatload of picks.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Brian, Miles Turner, the 11th pick by the Pacers in 2015 for much of his career with the team. He's endured the trade rumors. He said, I've still got PTSD from that, but I wanted to be here in Indy. And last season, a renegotiation of his contract, giving him an extension and a raise. Brian, he is locked in as their starting center.
Yeah, it would appear so, Allie. Thank you. Siakam, that's good.
And just so accurate off the pass. I mean, I love whenever Siakam decides to go right up with it like that.
Pass to Wiggins. Shoots over Siakam. Williams from long range. Siakam pulls down the board.
He had more than enough room to hit that. Just couldn't make it happen.
And here in the second with about a minute and a half gone by. The three is up. Williams grabs the board.
And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean, I'm sure he is too.
And another miss by Oklahoma City.
Yeah, that miss might stick with him for a little while. That's kind of a shoot-around jumper if I've ever seen one.
Halliburton with the ball. Caruso covers. Outside Neesmith. Here's Siakam. Goes up and lays it in nice and easy. And now it's an 8-point Pacer lead.
Oh, an aggressive move there by Siakam, using the length to finish inside.
A moment to rest and confer on the game plan. Grant, when you talk about consistency and officiating game to game, you think there's room for improvement?
You know, I do think so. I mean, they're allowing more contact, but overall, more clarity on what constitutes legal guarding position would help players and officials.
Williams on the wing. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. They still need this. SGA working through contact inside.
Gilgeous-Alexander is such a tough cover, especially at his size.
There's a screen by Toppin. And he lobs it up. And a slam dunk by Toppin.
And for a big guy, Obi is quick off the floor.
Here's Hartenstein. And the rebound goes to the Pacers.
Not going to see that very often. The defense in the vicinity, but still, he's not one to blow layups.
And there's a whistle. That'll belong to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That's his first foul. McConnell with it. Yet to see a basket. There's the drive. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
Like a matador. Olay! There was no defense. That has to be one of the easier shots I've seen tonight.
Yeah, feels like Christmas right now, just gift wrapping points.
Dort outside. Gilgeous-Alexander on the wing. Stolen by Bryant. Back to Matherin. Pass to Toppin. Now here's McConnell. A minute 37 left in the first half. Three-pointer Matherin. Williams grabs the board. Thunder trail by 10. And the Pacers started last season all offense, Grant, but even they knew that would not be sustainable.
Yeah, Coach Carlisle prodded them to at least get to average on the defensive end. And there's no question they have the tools to do it.
Outside Walker takes a three, and the shot's off. 1 for 2 in this one. And 1:01 left to play in the half. And stolen by McConnell. It's a one-on-one situation. There's the three. No good on the shot. A chance at a 2 for 1 if they'd like.
And I really can't see why they wouldn't.
Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Three-pointer. That shot is off. Now the Pacers with it. They're on a 12-4 run. McConnell with it, and it's Dort picking him up. Toppin's shot is off. Oklahoma City trailing. Dort, left side. Lets it go from the wing. Can't get it to drop.
So weird. Sometimes when you get that much time, it can throw you off just as much as having no time.
Pass to McConnell. Back to Toppin. Shoots over Hartenstein. Oh, and he just knocked down the buzzer beater.
Great job ending the quarter on a high note.
Great way to end the quarter there. Team is pumped up.
And we've got third quarter basketball here. 2 quarters in the books. Pacers leading by 10. And here's Siakam. Halliburton outside. Back to Siakam. Pass to Turner. Siakam with it. This one for 3. Knocks it down from distance. Siakam's got 8 points.
And just executing at a high level. I mean, taking what the defense allows and putting in the work.
Basketball IQ is something that gets talked about, but its importance to a team showing up here, running plays that turn into scores.
Well, it's rare to see a young player as efficient as Jalen Williams, Brent.
BA, it's been remarkable, especially when you factor in that this guy is relied on for a lot of shooting. I mean, his shooting volume is very high. This is a blossoming star for this team, and I'm not sure we could put a ceiling on what that potential is.
Thunder trail by 12. Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian, Chet Holmgren said, quote, "It's exciting to have this sort of success early on because it's just rare for young teams. But at the same time, we cannot let it distract us from how much better we have to get. Hopefully, we have a long runway together to figure things out." Brian?
A chance for great things, Allie. Thanks for that. Clock is at 3. Siakam, no good. And so it's Williams with it. He brings it up for the Thunder. Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. Indiana with a rebound. Third quarter here, over a minute and a half into it. Pass to Nesmith. Halliburton on the wing. From the arc. Hartenstein pulls it in. Here's Oklahoma City now. Since the second half started, they've only given up 3 points. Now Williams. Fires at the elbow. Off the left rim and out. Pacers leading by 12. Puts up a deep 3. Ooh, a long-range missile from Halliburton.
When you talk about Halliburton and his versatility, he can set up the play or he can finish the play off.
And Mark Daigneault has called a timeout. He wants a few moments to regroup with his players. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And last season, Brent, many believe that SGA was deserving of the MVP award.
Well, he made such a strong case, BA. I mean, finishing in the top 3, that is remarkable. He led that young Thunder team, again, to the #1 seed in the Western Conference and averaged 36 and 5. He also led the league at 2 steals per game. What a season.
And here's Siakam for 3. Drills it from deep.
3.
Siakam's got 6 in the quarter.
This is what it's been since halftime. Remarkable results from downtown.
Yeah, pretty infectious right here. Guys in good spirits, and percentages from downtown on the rise in the second half.
Here's Hartenstein. The layup off target. Indiana on offense. They're on a 9-1 run. Pass to Halliburton. Siakam outside. Three-pointer, no good. Thunder trail by 18. Caruso with it. Picked up by Neesmith. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 6.
Gilgeous-Alexander up there, so dynamic as a finisher.
Halliburton outside. Nembhard outside. Back to Halliburton. Pass to Turner. Indiana needs to get a shot off. Here's Nembhard. And it's off from three-point range. And the Thunder in possession here. It's a 16-point game. Dort with it. Fires from deep. It doesn't go for him. 58 seconds left to play in the third quarter of basketball. Now Turner. Dort defending. Turner inside. 2 points. That one goes. Turner's gotten his second bucket of the game.
Hey, when you're as big as a guy like Turner, that's what you're supposed to do. Attack in the painted area.
Siakam outside. Let's go with a 3. And Turner.
All-time or
We'll see the Dallas Mavericks taking on the Minnesota Timberwolves. I'm Brian Anderson with Stan Van Gundy and Hall of Famer Grant Hill. Allie LaForce will be reporting from the sidelines. So the Timberwolves will get the first possession. Outside Conley. And he's going for the lob. Gobert, no good.
That could have been an easy pass and finish. Not really sure what went wrong.
Yeah, that just comes down to the timing being off between those two guys.
Despite entering his 30s, Anthony Davis is not slowing down, Grant.
Yeah, B.A. And last year, AD put up the best rebounding numbers of his career. And his shooting percentage also very high. And just watching him, Davis is still an all-NBA caliber player, capable of taking over on both ends.
Good try by Irving.
First team foul.
Washington outside. Left side, Davis. Takes it inside. And Davis slams it home.
And I'll tell you what, with his polished guard-like skills, Davis does damage on those dribble drives.
And just over a minute played here to start the game. Now Thompson. Outside Irving. Davis a screen to the paint. And Davis slams it home.
So effective in screen and rolls. When Davis cuts hard like this, he's capable of getting quality looks.
For three, Randall. Mavericks with a rebound. Davis with it. Pass to Irving. Back to Davis. And finished off by Davis.
Yeah, talk about guys that like to go right to the rim. AD is towards the top of that list.
Outside Edwards. Jacks up a three. Takes the three. Connects from downtown.
Well, this is why Edwards is a nightmare for defenses. He can drive right through you or pull you apart from range like this.
And the shot's good by Irving.
And setting the tempo with an assertive move. Like, where was the defense on that play?
Well, when you are the aggressor this early, it is intimidating.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Well, the Timberwolves are one of the biggest teams in the association, and Coach Chris Finch said, quote, "That's how we're built. It's part of our identity. That's what we have to lean into. We want to be big at the rim and force our size on opponents." Brian, he loves to see other teams hesitant to venture into the paint.
Hearing footsteps, right? Allie, thanks. And here in the first, about 3 minutes in. Randall outside. Shot clock at 5. Here's Edwards. He takes it in.
Yeah, doing it with speed and style. Edwards putting on a show at the rim.
Pass to Davis. And finished off by Davis. And the lead just keeps changing hands.
5 times already, and we still haven't gotten out of the first half.
Outside Edwards. A shot from the high post. Will not go. Misses off the front iron.
Well, if you have the space, you have to take that shot. He missed it, but he's trying to keep the defense honest.
Back to Davis. And here's Thompson for 3. It's rebounded by Minnesota.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opening.
And Grant, the success of teams like the Timberwolves showing that size still matters.
Yeah, in this pace and space era, that may have come into question just a bit, but size and skill combined has always been your best bet at winning.
Yeah, I'm trying to this one.
Y aunque muchos se quejaron del precio.
Dude.
Sorpresas nos tiene Nintendo. ¿Será? Síganme los buenos. Ay, es que no me simpatizas, chavito. ¿Qué pasó? ¿Qué pasó? Vamos a... ¿Dónde están?
Ruck up, you're headed to the war zone. Enemies are dropping into the area. Watch the skies.
Va a haber tanta gente en Twitch jugando a GTA 6, ¿sabes qué va a ser? ¿Os acordáis de lo que pasó con Hogwarts Legacy? Fue una miseria. Pero son un stream, nadie es increíble. Todo Twitch era Hogwarts Legacy. No conozco a ningún streamer.
All stations, this is Shadow 01. Deployment to the war zone has been authorized.
Por todos los demás, pero un streamer.
Battle Royale. Keep clear of the gas. Get to the safe zone.
Marshing LZ, get prepped. Never mind. Marshing LZ, get prepped.
I got you. I know what you're trying to ping.
So we're dropping on TV.
Well, apparently that's where Pink and Green want to go. Who has the mic? Juan? Juan Jr.?
Yeah, I have the mic. I have the mic.
Alright, fuck it. Alright, let's go there then. Alright, that's a good drop. Safe drop. Choice.
Bounty targets are
I
up.
hope they get
after
killed
'em.
and then let's loot. That bounty's probably not gonna get killed.
Oh, they're at stadium. Or they're by the stadium over there.
3600. Yeah, there's a chance that they're not gonna get killed, so let's just loot regularly.
You're clear to engage all hostiles. Under fire.
Oh.
What happened? What happened? You too far away, bruh.
Yeah, he's all the way in Boneyard.
Gulag is your last chance. Fight to earn redeployment.
What you guys want to do?
Earn redeployment or die trying.
I would say go for that bounty.
Alright, you want to? We can take this fucking car and just go for it.
Hold on, wait, let me get. Let's go.
Chucking incendiary.
It looks like he's like traveling. They might be in a big hole themselves. Oh no, in about
Oh,
2
we need to
seconds.
buy
Yeah,
our
head that way.
teammate back.
Yeah, he's in a fucking car, dude.
Time to head back to base.
Go ahead and chase him.